It's star 1978, star 8378, Nicole Cattaruzza. It's February 25th, 2022. I am sitting here, and I am watching the television, and on comes a commercial. Now, I'm sitting in this great nation that was built with what I thought, or what I was told, was Christian values and principles etched in stone in a rock wall, circulating paper for the barter system so nobody loses face value. And while I'm here, I've been forced, almost side derailed. I don't know if it's this Cold War, if it's this drug war, or it's this war on terror. Not quite sure, because now there's a Ukraine war. So now, is that where you stand on one foot and you try to defeat, like in Karate Kid? Just curious, because the crane apparently stands on one foot. It was his signature move in the movie. At Divine Comédie in Algeria and the Dante's Inferno, this infernus purgatorious journey I've been set out on in biological warfare. So now, it seems they've shied away from this. Now, I don't want Norway to get mad at me, but it's important. They shied away from this Christianity, which had rock signature profile, and moved more to the meddling in On-the-LAM. And that's more of like an island island. Right, yeah, so put those two together, and it seems to be like they're on the lam. To whom are they running from elsewhere to here? Because they seem to be accumulating rapidly in this deep fake. Deep fake is a deep narrative. It's where you're blackened by something. Currently, I look blackened to my people because I have these sores on my face, which are environmental, because if you look at the size of the highlight of this light, it is tearing apart facial, it's distorting, it's bloating, it's bulking. It is nothing that I was born with or for. In natural beauty, no makeup. That was good enough, but now I've got this 4 decades in. And so this is a problem. So now I'm looking at televised, what are they saying? And there's an NFL, which says they're turning to tide, Tide. Does that mean the Admirable are turning the Titanic around and they're going toward cold?
Add Downy to your wash for all the freshness and softness of home.
I'd be the Downy, because I'm down on my luck in the situation.
NFL teams are turning to cold with Tide. Will you?
That will never work.
If it works on NFL jerseys, it'll work for you.
And it's cold.
So you will turn to cold?
Fine. That guy needs to chill out. This portion of CBS 2.
That's Steve Austin. He's still one of my favorites when he talks. He's like the kind of person I want to hide behind while he does the roughen up.
CBS2 News is brought to you by Raymore and Flanagan.
President Biden makes an historic.
Now, so when you're blackened, normally it means that something's happened to you. And what's scary is in spoken for, I'd rather Steve Austin speak on my behalf as his sister who's in trouble than to have this easy to tell in a situation from far away. It defeats the purpose because it's what caused war on terror to increase, since the war on drugs caused a break in marital and wedlock between where I needed to be and where I am. It's breaking the North American family home up, which the characters that have been on the lam and joined some North American whatever, and now it seems in a cumulative format, in summation, time dilated down the zodiac, astrological, generational, and whatnot warlock format, it seems to be detrimental. Okay, this next piece shows meddling. You ever heard of somebody say, like, did you just meddle in my business? Right. Do you actually, like, know what that means? Like, I know for me, for most of my life, it's been like somebody meddled in your business. So somebody got involved, told the story all wrong, dissuaded the helpful whatever that I needed, and set me further off course. Here's what it looks like on people on the lam in foreign sovereignty at subservient, while I speak subversion to what happened and how did the perversion get created.
Stories, visit Valley.com and follow Valley Bank on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Valley Bank.
I have no idea what this is.
War in Ukraine. Stay with CBS 2 for continuing coverage.
As we continue to honor Black history, we feature a man who's accomplished amazing things for nearly a century now. Herb Douglas Jr. has the incredible distinction of being the oldest living United States Olympic medalist.
Oldest medalist. Already been convicted of meddling in the U.S. Affairs business office. They always think it's a great thing, and he was the first. But for biological warfare and war on terror, it's a real problem.
He competed at a time when racial discrimination was high, and then ventured in.
It was high because certain people were on the lam, and they were avoiding persecution elsewhere, trying to hide in other people's lands. So if we get the narrative correct, then the upset and anger and knowing where to anchor to is a lot easier in the story, since there is a rock wall national monument and circulating currency with profile of the rock wall people and what's in leadership and management still to this day through ancestry.
Into the boardroom where it wasn't much better, but he navigated both with class and dignity. Otis Livingston has his story.
Herb Douglas Jr. was born to run, and he was started at an early age.
Born to run or born on the run? What year was it?
In the hilly streets of Pittsburgh.
My mother would send me to the store 3 or 4 times, some days, one time another day, and I kept going up the hill.
But everybody tells their story from their point of view, where they were born into something and they just lived their life. The problem is that where I need to be heard at biological warfare and terrorist unit, because I've been harmed by other people in spoken for, telling my story wrong, fighting with one another, and causing more outbreaks and more wars rather than fixing stuff and telling the children the way that it is, and instead meddling with like Olympic size medals, which is a run on the royals, I believe, who wear a different form of noble medal that are in circles and rings. But the meddling children at Physically Fit and were given opportunity, afforded them by I don't know who, unbeknownst to me. They keep chasing these dreams and these ideals. He's actually a very successful man. Lou, the foster father or born to father that I got, not as successful as this man who created his career on meddling inside the U.S.
Down the hill, and they used to say that the jogging Douglases.
His mother and father would also make those trips up and down those hills. Dad with the aid of a seeing eye dog, the first African American in the United States to have one. He went blind.
This is spin doctors trying to make one side look better than the next. He went blind, right? Well, we are in the wrong astrological program at the moment because here we are having spoken for adding up to the wrong.
This is the future of your backyard kitchen.
And that's what happened in Ukraine today. And there was a woman hit in the head
Inch closer to
with
the
a hammer
city of Kyiv.
in the
We
subway.
have the very latest on the escalating
On my side of the war
Plus, we speak
today.
with the brother of a city scientist in critical condition after being beaten while.
It's star 1978, star 8378, Nicole Cattaruzza. It is Earth, Solar System, Milky Way, Universe, Galaxy is broken. It's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361. I'm going to pause this for a second because there was an earlier story I just want to give an update on. At the people level, not that I've gotten anywhere far in life, this shows First Alert Weather, Edison, New Jersey. See this? This is his cartoon character, and this is what the gentleman looks like. Now he's touching
This was when
technology.
you were in college, right?
Yes.
That
was when I was
works.
about 20 years old.
So Ed,
That works inside homes. I've learned about products and real estate and what's being sold and how to, they call it rehab, REHAB homes, firsthand by people like this gentleman, which I don't have a name for because it's not on the bottom. But he holds this tube out. Now, I don't believe he has a medal. I don't have a medal. Haven't been convicted of meddling in whatever. I never made it to the USA Olympics or inside the US athletic system. So, but he's holding a tube that looks like something NASA would create, but they put it out in the public market at where I'm being held at a non-successful career in the state of New York within this North American whatever.
Metuchen. How long you been in business in Metuchen?
I've started this company about 12 years ago, but I've been
Sensation.
I enjoy learning about the homes and decorating and things from people that have been nice to me that looked like this in the field. They were the ones that did not rough me up and they did not roofie me that I'm aware of. There are certain people and characters that I've encountered or done business with in my respectable trying to just survive since there's no pension here for whatever is going on. But they've helped train. Now it's interesting because they said TRANE here, but TRAIN, although I haven't been able to make money out of the learning that they have helped me with on knowledge that they knew about with home construction, home engineering, but on a small scale, which has helped me in deciphering the electrical malfunction and possible sources as I sit here in biological attack. Now, these two gentlemen are, believe, in New York. They have a grandmother overseas. They made reference to she's hiding inside of a bathtub. When war goes on long enough, such as the one that I've been held within in New York with not much communications that I can, whatever, the clothing and the styling tends to take a backseat importance to the actual broadcast message of communication.
Their relatives are running out of supplies while trying to stay sheltered from the violence.
This person is hiding in a bathtub.
Picture shows an aunt hiding in a bathtub. Now both brothers are preparing to travel to Ukraine, hoping to rescue their relatives, including their 85-year-old grandmother.
Now, this was put on this morning.
Ukraine.
About Ukraine's president. I don't know if he's a new president. I mean, he's new to me because I've never seen him on this television. They call him Zelensky. He's standing with a cell phone as I am doing, but he has a beautiful, beautiful building behind him. I don't know what time period. I don't know if they refer to it as Romanesque. I don't know if they refer to it as Basque. I'm not quite sure. In architecture, I do not have the prowess in English or the vocabulary vernacular that would be of scholarly level in order to put a permanent label on that, because I am just not sure what is carry forward.
Christina.
Good morning, Cindy. The battle for Kyiv is raging on as we speak. The United Nations says more than 120,000 Ukrainian refugees have fled the country since the invasion began. But President Zelensky is refusing to leave and is urging his country to join him in defiance.
Now, I don't know the messenger. She's non-familial to myself. I don't know who gave her those words in this blackened appearance in New York, where she is blackened, I am blackened, we are both within New York.
Russian forces pounded Kyiv with heavy artillery overnight as they inch closer to the Ukrainian capital. Fighting has spilled onto the streets. Video shows a missile striking an apartment building early Saturday morning. Ukrainian troops are fighting back, saying they destroyed this Russian convoy on the outskirts of the city. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky.
This building is absolutely beautiful. I mean, I don't know, is it goth? Is it... Je ne sais pas. Non so. I don't know.
Zelensky is vowing to stay put in the capital and fight on, rallying Ukrainians to defend their nation. The president reportedly refused an offer from America to evacuate.
He is lucky. He has people with him. I am not so lucky. I've been left in this solitary state since birth. I arrived alone. Linda only produced one offspring, and I have remained alone because in this area they have not provided lifelong camaraderie or companionship or whatever that I know other areas of in society, no less, that other areas have been allowed.
Saying he needs more ammunition, not a ride. Ukrainian TV is even airing instructional videos.
I don't hate that, but I do want to see.
Says Russian troops are not advancing as fast as anticipated. The conflict, now in its third day, has killed more than 100 people and forced more than 100,000 to flee Ukraine.
I have a 5-year-old kid, and I have also my sister.
Where is Kirby? Oh, did I go past it? Hold on. He said clear indications, but if I rewind too much, it goes to an image I don't want.
The Ukrainian armed forces are fighting back and bravely defending their country.
The Pentagon says Russian troops are not advancing as fast as anticipated. The conflict, now in its third.
It's star 1978, star 8378. It's Earth, solar system, Milky Way, universe, galaxy. For me, is broken. It feels like solar system is broken. Just like when you talk of an amputation, it's like they amputated just below the knee, right? It feels like solar system is where the just below the knee line is before you get to galaxy. It is somewhere in between there. Is this really dangerous argument that I don't have a whatever, a hand to hold through.